We have a 3.0 just west, Yellowstone Volcano, on March 16, 2011. And of course these are very crazy seismological times, and this is during a supermoon this weekend, meaning the moon is very close to the planet Earth right now, record close, and the sun has been at maximum activity with some solar storms past couple of weeks. Of course, this is shadowed, of course, by what's happening across the Pacific and Japan, and my heart goes out to them. Now, I don't know how long this is going to stay on the map. We'll see. Seismologist will review it. As you can see down here, it says this event has not yet been reviewed by seismologists. They'll probably review it. For some reason, they're pulling these off for either technical reasons or they just don't want you to know it's shaking. I have no idea. Like we have no idea about those nuclear cores, whether they're really melting or what's really going on. Seems like a lot of information just isn't getting out. I don't know if it's technical. Again, I don't know. Just pointing this out to you. Here's a good map of it. Here's Wyoming. This is Montana. There's the town of Lima for reference. This is Lake Yellowstone. This is Yellowstone Park. Yellowstone lava dome here and a Yellowstone lava dome there. This caldera. You kind of almost see the shape of it here. And our 3.0 quake. I'd like to make a note to you that these are earthquakes over a long history of time. The supervolcano has a lot of earthquakes, usually from moving hot water, sometimes maybe magma. And then we have this area like a ring of earthquakes here. There are some theories about rings of earthquakes over history, and this one's in it. It could be seismic if it's a what they call a Mugu donut or a Mugu ring, named after a scientist. It says when there's a ring and fault areas of quakes, that means someplace in the middle could be a significant earthquake that would have nothing to do with a volcano, probably. This has something to do with a supervolcano and hot steam and hot magma and pressures. We do have a seismic area near Yellowstone, and we have a volcanic area in Yellowstone. And a whole area, the Snake River, of previous volcanic behavior. It kind of swings on down that way. So there you go. This valley here was punched out by a series of massive volcanic eruptions over millions of years. Here's another map. The town of West Yellowstone. Lima is over here. We have some microquakes here, some microquakes here. We always have microquakes over in the park, Yellowstone Park, by the volcano. This is a fault. Sometimes when you see faults in a line like this, it's associated with either rifting or some volcanism. So, and this is going almost at a 90-degree angle, like roughly from this. So that interests me. I'll show you because I live in an area that is doing some rifting. It's an actual rift area, and it's interesting to see how it shapes up. Let me show you. This is my area. I live in Southern California most of the time, unless I get sick of it and go to Texas or someplace, or wherever. Anyways, I'm going to click down here. This is a bunch of microquakes at my neighboring Salton Buttes volcano. Notice that line there. Notice a lot of paralleling faults. Notice some paralleling faults here. It's at a 90-degree angle. Notice how this line of quakes is at a 90-degree angle to these faults. This is an indicator of spreading ground when you see faults like that very often. When you see these angles, you very often see these angles associated with rifting zones. Down here, if you go further south of Mexicali, here's the U.S., here's Mexico. We had a big 7.2 a year ago, in April 4, 2010. But this is not aftershocks. This is aftershock down here of that big quake. This is volcanism. This is a volcano down here. And this is probably moving hot steam. Water gets heated up by magma about 4 miles down, 6 miles down, depending on where. And that hot steam just comes up to the surface. And I have some great video of some mud volcanoes. Gosh, I've got to post it. I just got to come up with the media. It's buried under a lot of media, but this here turns into, at this point, the San Andreas Fault, which is a transform fault coming off of a massive rifting zone with its volcanoes. There's also an active volcano down here, right about there, called Sierra Prieto, and that one has the second largest geothermal power plant on Earth. It's an active live volcano. It looks like a little cinder cone. This guy doesn't even look like a volcano unless you know what you're looking at. It's rhyolite and obsidian and boiling water and volcanic gas coming out of it. And I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to turn on my seismogram. I've been feeling little earthquakes. Anyways, there's Yellowstone. Here's the whole United States, of course. See these little microquakes along here? In my opinion, this is just my opinion, that's due to a subduction zone, a plate that has been sinking under this continental plate, the North American plate, for a long while. This is a transition between the Pacific plate and the North American plate, and that's why we have this earthquake activity. And this is a rifting zone right here where you see these guys. That quake there is volcanic in nature. So there you have it. And I just felt a little tremor. And so I'm going to renew this map. I don't know how long it takes for them to map things. I don't see anything down there yet, but I'll keep you posted. This goes, all these little microquakes, they go on every single day in California. This is nothing new. Okay, I want to show you guys an app I have. It's called iSeismo. It comes in handy. Here it is, iSeismo. And it measures minute vibrations. Usually that's air conditioners, trucks, cars, your dog scratching, and other things. And I've seen actual earth movements on here and sent them in to have them surveyed by a seismologist. And I like to take this down to the area of aftershocks near Mexicali in a little town called Ocotillo, and seen this thing really go off. And I turned it on during the 7.2 and it was really going off. And now it's just, this is normal activity right here. This is just normal everyday ground vibrations going on. Plus it's probably picking up me talking. I'm sitting on my furniture talking. And you can see I'm patting my furniture and see how it registers the vibration in my hand. So anyways, it's kind of a cool thing to have. It's called iSeismo. And it works on XYZ axes, and you can get it on iTunes. Here's a poor man's seismogram. Ping pong balls love to move if there's moderate ground movement. Don't mind the sage sticks and the seeds. It's not some sacrificial thing. It's just, oh, my poor sleeping bird here. It's her seeds.